Welcome to the Freelance Connection. I am Leah Myers and I am so excited to share some things with you today. So, today, what we're going to talk about is freelancing through a pandemic. What does that look like? I mean, everyone is affected because of the pandemic that we've been living in for the last year plus. But freelancing for me has been the most incredible gift that I have been given. Okay, so I have so many friends that work and they have to wear masks day in and day out, and it's a constant struggle. I am so grateful, but I take it so for granted. And so when I'm at a kid's activity, I'm like, oh, wearing this mask just stinks. And I have to stop myself dead in my tracks because I have the privilege of working in my home office where I don't have to wear a mask day in and day out. And I kind of just have to take a step back and be like, wow, I could be living in that. But I've truly taken control of my life and of my finances to be able to position myself to work where I want to work, when I want to work. And so that brings me to this whole topic that we're going to talk about today, and it's really owning your schedule. So for me, when I started freelancing, I was just freelancing out of desperation. Like, I needed to make money, I needed to work, I needed to be busy. So I was just taking on and saying yes to so many different things that it overwhelmed me. I got really burnt out. I got really frustrated with what am I doing? Why am I doing this? All of those questions kept coming into my brain. But when I took a step back and I really looked at what is taking my time, where do I need to be strategic? And I mean, I teach strategies for a living. I mean, come on, this cannot be rocket science. I had to think to myself. So when I took control and I started organizing my schedule in, these are the things that have to get done every day. These are the things that have to get done every week. These are the things that have to get done every month. And prioritizing the things that have to get done every day, doing those first. Making sure that I am marking some things off of my list that have to be done every month on a regular basis. But those are the things that can get pushed to the next day or even the next week. If they're monthly tasks. So it's really being strategic. So how do I know that I have enough clients and not too many? Where is that? So I look at, these are the consistent hourly contracts that I have that require X amount of hours, and I decide what I want to work every week. So for example, this week it has been a complete running kids here and there and everywhere. So my work time is cut down. So I have to adjust my schedule. So I know that a lot of those things that need to happen on a monthly basis might not get done, but I can predict that. So hopefully I got them done earlier in the month like I did. So that's the goal. So always work ahead. So when you do have things that creep up or things that come into as a higher priority, you can adjust your schedule according to those things. So one of the things that I love when I design my schedule, I put all of the things that I need to do with my kids on my calendar first. Then I look at my availability for calls with clients that need to happen. If I can get a consistent weekly call for clients, that's even better. Or the first Tuesday of every month is my call day. But figure out what works well for you. So I know that my best productivity time is where I schedule 3 calls in a row and then move on with my day. Then I have some good solid work time hours, but that takes time for you to develop. And I can't just say, do this and that's going to feel great for you, because you really have to try and see what makes the most sense for you as a freelancer. So there's always going to be things that creep up, those distractions. And so when I'm thinking about that, is it a distraction that I'm okay with allowing to come in and take me away from what I need to get done? Some things, those are yes. Sometimes I'm like, nope, gotta focus. This is where I'm at and this is what I can, so right now I had a couple of friends that said, hey, let's go out for happy hour drinks when our kids are at practice. And I'm like, nope, I gotta buckle down because I've been running kids here and there and everywhere. Not that I don't want to, but I also know that I'm committed to getting my client work done. Whereas if it was a different week, I would have been like, heck yeah, let's go. And I'll just get up earlier tomorrow morning. So really just making that decision, are those distractions worth it and what is the cost of those distractions. So that just is something that you have to figure out as well, but you have to figure it out. Like, that's the thing that I'm trying to get across here. Like, all of these things can creep in and you can say yes to as many things as you want. Like, that's totally fine. You own that. But you have to own your schedule and make sure that when you're committing, that you're being a person of your word, you're committing to things that you can accomplish, if that makes sense. So, owning your schedule is super important. It's super valuable. Like, there's so many people that wish that they had full control of their schedule. But when you have that ownership and you have that control of your schedule, you have to understand the costs that go with it, because there's so many distractions that can come out there. So you have to have basically, everyone has terms and conditions. Everyone talks about best practices. Set up a best practice schedule for your time, your schedule. Okay. So hopefully this was super helpful for you. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions on getting started with freelancing, leveling up your freelancing business on Upwork, I'd love to help you. And my true passion in life is helping others become successful. Have a great day.